The striker crisis has hit Arsenal hard. Arteta has been forced into a mode of assessing Gabriel Jesus for the Fulham tie away at Craven Cottage. Welcome to Rokani Media Football. How are you guys and where are you watching us from? I go by the names of Rokani David. Smash the like button, comment and share. If at all you're watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. Rokani David is my name and it's a Saturday. It's a match day. Teams like Liverpool are playing fast. Then teams like Chelsea, Man City are really going to play later, and Arsenal is playing tomorrow against Fulham. And we are going to discuss Zinchenko winning the Arsenal Player Award for the month of February, and is going to hate to win it, by the way, 2 consecutive times. I'm going to bring you the previous winners of the Arsenal Player of the Month awards ever since this season started, and I think you guys are really going to be enjoying this. So lastly, I'm going to talk about Marco Silva and what he thinks about Arsenal ahead of the game that are going to play tomorrow at Craven Cottage. So don't forget to subscribe, smash the like button, comment and share. So where should we start? Let's start with Alexander Zinchenko. Zinchenko has won the Player of the Month award of February for Arsenal, and he got a percentage of 49%, with Gabriel Magalhaes finishing in second place, with Bukayo Saka finishing third. And now he has really been one of those important and pivotal players in the Arsenal squad. And be told that he won possession back 34 times from his 5 appearances, made 329 successful passes, and he created 5 chances for the team in his typically all action displays to help Arsenal start and end the month in top spot after a 7-point haul. And the guy surges a lot every time he crosses the halfway line of the pitch. He surges a lot every time he's going towards the opposition half, and I really like Zinchenko. I believe him and Luke Shaw are really the best left backs in the league this season. This is not supposed to be argued about. Those two, I think, if Zinchenko doesn't make it to the Premier League team of the season as a left back, it's going to be Luke Shaw. They are playing very good, putting in assists, and I think it's really one of those positions that if at all any of those is named, then you won't go out and argue, because the lad is unbelievably good. Zinchenko is really good, and Arsenal has gone ahead to really have a lot of people or players that have won this award ever since this one started, and we are delighted to have that list here. And let me bring it onto your screen and see who won it first, and obviously has won it multiple times into this mix. When you look at this list that has been compiled by the Arsenal website, they've told us that in August, when the season started, it was Gabriel Jesus. September, it was Granit Xhaka. October, it was Granit Xhaka. November, it was Ben White. December, it was Bukayo Saka. January, it was Alexander Zinchenko. And February, it's Zinchenko again. So congratulations to Zinchenko for winning it for the second time in a row. January and February, he's back. And obviously, we expect him to play in the game of Fulham. But even Xhaka is the one who first won it twice consecutively, for the month of September and the month of October. That is Granit Xhaka for you. And then Zinchenko has gone ahead to win it this time round. So that is it for Zinchenko, and I think you guys, you are really excited about the lad known as Zinchenko after winning that. And I think he deserved it. He deserved it according to me, and I would have fumed if I told Gabriel Magalhaes won it, because I think they just put him there to regain back his confidence. But he had a terrible game of Man City. You know, what makes you good and what makes you better are these big games. That's why we fans of United, when we lost 7-0, we just saw it as a setback, because this is the game that has to come to you, that you have to go to and obviously put the best out of yourself. These big games just show you that you are the best or not the best team in the world. So after bottling it up against Man City, I think he never deserves to be anywhere near being voted. It was a very bad game for him that really gave Arsenal a little bit of slide back into this season. If Arsenal had beaten City, they would have been 8 points ahead of City. 8 points ahead of City. So I think I was not convinced with why Gabriel Magalhaes was really put into this position. But let's leave that at that. Zinchenko has really lifted it, and Gabriel Magalhaes has come second. Now, let's talk about Gabriel Jesus returning on Thursday in full Arsenal training. Though to me, I believe he has been already training with Arsenal for some 2 weeks. You get? But they never wanted to really reveal it. And the reason as to why this time around it was revealed is because the UEFA Europa League rules call for the media to go all out and capture the first 15 minutes of the training session ahead of the game that you're going to play the next day. And that's why Jesus came into the limelight, all into the media, that he's really training good. But as it happens, I just find myself in a position that he has reached a certain level of fitness. That's it. So with us not having Edin Ketia, Leandro Trossard expected to return after the international break. That means they are left with an option of a centre forward. That is Gabriel Martinelli. And obviously, he doesn't do it good. He doesn't do it good. That's it. He doesn't do it good. And Mikel Arteta is really caught in a hard place and a rock. He's discombobulated, confused, baffled, name it, on how he's going to line up against Fulham. He saw it when they are playing Sporting Lisbon, that if at all he had a number 9 who plays better, or a false number 9 like Leandro Trossard, he would have gone ahead to kill off that game, because all of the attacks of Arsenal reached or were diverging towards Martinelli. Martinelli is not good. Sorry, we are converging. We are converging towards Martinelli. And Martinelli is not good at the hold-up play. And that hold-up play is so much needed into this Mikel Arteta system. That's why you saw to it that when he brought in Leandro Trossard, he fitted in very well. And all other players like Martinelli, Odegaard were really looking good because of what Leandro Trossard offers them when he's leading that line. So, today, Ryan Taylor has gone ahead and broken a story about what is happening at Arsenal. He's a sports journalist for the Daily Express, also reporting for the Reach PLC and national titles. Daily Mail and Daily Star, that's where he works. So he's really a reputable journalist. He has told us that he's getting information coming in from Arsenal that Gabriel Jesus is under assessment for Fulham match and could potentially return to Arsenal match squad. Guys, big story, and it's really breaking. They've just really put it out, and I said I need to bring this story to Arsenal fans all over the world, because yesterday when I was doing my match preview, I never at all talked about Gabriel Jesus. I never talked about him because I knew he was not going to be involved into this game of football, and we thought that Mikel Arteta was going to come out and do the needful to what we call the team of Arsenal and really make an assessment for the player. You know, this guy is so much important to this Arsenal team. Very much important. And Arteta is trying not to hurry him, but there is need. There is an urgent call for Arsenal to start playing Jesus because they are not having a striker. You get? So, if you're Mikel Arteta, what do you do? What do you do? Do you hurry back Gabriel Jesus or not? You get? He's really confused. This is total dilemma for Mikel Arteta. Why? He knows that he's left with... Now they are left with 12 games. Before they go to the World Cup, before they go to the international break, Arsenal has a chance to be 8 points clear ahead of Manchester City. Right? They are not having another striker. Edin Ketia, Trossard are not back. Jesus is back training, fully fit, but the manager is really not wanting to hurry him. So he's really confused, but we are being told that the assessment is going to be made on his knee and see whether he can make it to the match squad of Arsenal versus Fulham. But if at all he makes the match squad, it will be good news. That's it, depending on how he will play and how many minutes is going to be given. And I think including him in the match squad is really so much pivotal and good. Do you know why? He's not going to be started. He's not going to walk straight to the starting 11 of Arsenal. That's it. What's going to happen is he's going to be on the bench. I think having him on the bench is better to cause problems in the memory lane of Marco Silva, the manager of Fulham, because if at all you have Gabriel Jesus onto the bench, the manager will be planning, knowing that, oh, they might bring in Gabriel Jesus, so what am I going to do? You get? So I think that's another way to come in and win this game. If God helps Arsenal to be like 1 goal up, then they can come in and close it down. There will be no need for Jesus to come on the field of play if Arsenal really has a goal and they protect it very well. But if Arsenal are really drawing like 0-0 or 1-1, then that will be calling for Gabriel Jesus. So it's a little bit of a lottery that you have to go ahead and really do, because there is no way you can win a lottery without placing your bet. That's it. So the bet should be placed. Either have Jesus on the bench or not having him. That is the most important thing. And we are waiting to see what decision Mikel Arteta is going to really hold by tomorrow. And I think we'll be knowing whether Jesus is going to be part of the team, I think, by the time we go to sleep. That story will be up. I know it will be up. The traveling squad will be known and will be let known by the Arsenal correspondents acting down there for you, because City are playing today. And the result of today might also be so much pivotal in Mikel Arteta deciding whether to get in Jesus or not. If City win, pressure is going to be so high, and maybe he might think of really putting in Jesus. If at all they draw or lose, then he'll say, all right, we are 5 points ahead of City. Now we can go to Fulham and really just sort it out. So pressure is really going to be so immense, and that game is coming. I think it's the one closing the day. Man City. Is it Man City? I think it's Man City. Yeah, closing the day. So we'll be here letting you know what result has come out of that game of City as far as that game of Bournemouth is concerned. But Jesus is under assessment. Arteta is assessing him. He wants to really play him as a centre forward because he doesn't have any option of the centre forwards left at Arsenal. And this is where I come and tell you that for any elite team, you must be having 3 strikers. 3 strikers. Now you see, Leandro Trossard is injured, Nketiah is injured, hey, Jesus is back. 3 strikers, because if you're having 2, you're going to find yourself in a situation that Arsenal was in when Jesus got injured and they had to play Martinelli every game. And you can't play your striker every game without rotating him. You need to rest him certain games and obviously do the needful and really bring him in the other games. So if you're having 3, that means if you're having 2 injured, one is available. If you're having 1 injured, that means you're having 2. 1 can start and 1 can make the bench to come on and change the game, meaning that pressure is still piled onto the other striker, hence creating competition. And you know what competition brings about? Competition brings about winning for both teams. So let's talk about Marco Silva, the manager of Fulham. He has gone ahead and really issued lots of says to Arsenal. That is Marco Silva for you, and he's going ahead to let us know that I think their approach to Europa League is always different than Premier League. Of course, they have some players injured and some illness during the week. That's it. Then he continued to say that, but even so, they rested 5 players at least, and from the first Europa League match this season, they have approached it in a different way. They have rotated the team and they have managed really well and the situation. So he's hitting the nail on its top. Arsenal really having injuries, they're having illnesses, but they've rested players, meaning that they are going to come out and really put out the best they deserve. That's it. So, as it stands, it's Marco Silva knowing that Arsenal are really a huge team. And he's going to conclude by saying, and what I saw from Thursday versus Sporting Lisbon, they did again the same. They rotated the team. They had some key players that didn't start the game, and it will be a strong Arsenal on Sunday for sure. So he's anticipating a strong Arsenal side on Sunday at Craven Cottage. That is Marco Silva. And he's a very good coach. And he has really gone ahead to build up his team. I never gave them a chance to stay. But the way he really recruited players. Bernard Leno from Arsenal. Pereira from Manchester United. Daniel James from Leeds. He brought in Willian from Brazil because he was a free agent. Then he brought in, there is a boy called Vinicius. He's a very good player. So he recruited really, really well. Kazawa, from PSG, very good left back. And I think that is one of the best seasons he's going to have this season. And if at all he stays, and you look at his position, he's 6th, meaning that he can go to Europe. Why? The positions are really increasing because United has gone ahead to win the Carabao Cup, meaning that the positions are really increasing to go to Europe. So they might either be playing in the Conference League or the UEFA Europa League, that is Fulham, and that will call in for some investment for the club of Fulham, and they'll find themselves in a better position to compete in the league and the European competition that they would have placed themselves in. So guys, thank you very much for watching it through. Tell me your thoughts about Arteta assessing Jesus for the Fulham tie that's happening tomorrow at Craven Cottage. Do you think he should bring him, start him or not? Then your thoughts about Zinchenko winning the Arsenal award for the month of February, beating Gabriel Jesus badly. And lastly, what Marco Silva had to say about the Arsenal side as far as this beautiful game of football is concerned. Rokani David is my name, guys. I sign out for now. See you later, my beautiful mates. May the Almighty bless you abundantly. I'm out.